Hey.
Are we back?
Yes, we're back. That was a quick break.
We just took a quick...
just to get our pictures.
Yeah, we
Rhonda.
get our photos, and now we have George St. Pierre in studio. You're promoting a book. You're not promoting UFC this weekend.
My book, but UFC as well. You want to talk UFC? We talk UFC.
Do you guys like going to fights and watching other fighters? Because I wouldn't want to watch someone else doing the same thing if I wasn't doing it at the moment.
It depends on who, but I do like it's a lot of guy that I like to watch, and I learn from them.
Who do you like to watch?
John Jones is very good. This weekend, actually, the two guys are fighting in the final. They're very good. I really enjoy watching them.
Yeah, I think Jones is, and I like both of those guys. I kind of want to see Chael win, but I think Jones it's just a little too big for Chael.
Yeah, Jones is a big guy.
Yeah, but then on the other hand, we never see John Jones fighting off his back, and Chael, you can put him on his back. So, his style make fight. It's going to be a very good fight, regardless what's going to happen. I think it's going to be very entertaining.
Yeah.
I was reading through your book. I didn't finish the book because I didn't have time to, but I was amazed to read. It's called, by the way, The Way of the Fight, and George is doing signings here. 8 o'clock at Bookends tonight, which is in Ridgewood, New Jersey, and I think the 26th is tomorrow at the Book Review in Huntington, Long Island. So you can meet George at one of those two places. And were you bullied when you were a kid? I was amazed to read that.
Yes, I was. I grew up in school. I had problems, and I got picked on a lot while growing up.
Really?
Yes.
For what?
Well, I was not a popular kid. Was not popular with the girls. I was very shy. I didn't have any friend, and I'm from a countryside, and I went in school. So yeah, I had problem growing up.
Were you small at the time, or?
Well, small, yeah. I had my what do you call a growth sperm later. I had it late, so the guy they had it before me. So yeah, but it was mostly by a delinquent teenager. They were in my school. They call it TGA. It's a delinquent teenager problem. They were older and they were delinquent people.
Did you ever go back and try to find those guys on Facebook?
No.
Laugh at the bald fat guy with 9 kids.
I met one time. I remember I met one in a store, in a mall, and I knew he recognized me, and I recognized him, so I just wave my hand. I don't have any anger towards them. It's past when we're young, we do stupid things, and no.
He went back to Chick-fil-A instead of shaking.
Thank you. How far into your fighting career when you saw this guy?
I was champion, Yeah,
so
I saw in the mall, and I walk, and he looked down. He pretended he did not recognize me, but I knew he did recognize me. He knew who I was, but I don't care. I'm not gonna do anything.
It must be crazy though to pick on a kid as a young kid, and then he's the champion of fucking the world in UFC and fighting. Oh.
Yeah, but this guy can say, "Oh, I beat this guy when I was young. I beat the champion, so I'm the uncrowned champion of the UFC."
I took his fucking loonies. What is it up there?
That's funny.
It's also. I forgot what I was going to say because you asked that question. Oh, you were, how afraid of you were you weren't going to fight again when you had knee surgery?
I was scared, but I'm going to tell you the truth. When I went back to my fight against Carlos Condit, I knew my knee was 100%. I was not concerned with that because I went through hell in training and put myself through too much worse in training than in the fight. And
you heard it how? You heard it in training?
I heard it in training. In the beginning, I didn't have the symptom of an ACL, didn't have any swelling, so I thought it was my hamstring. And a month after hard training, I still felt my knee was unstable, and the doctor said, "We'll take a picture," and then I had to find out the best doctor, best rehab, make my research. Flew to LA, stayed there for 6 months, and a good experience, made some friends, and I started writing the book. That's how everything started.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because I couldn't walk, I was in bed, couldn't train. I was only doing like handstand, like crazy stuff with my upper body.
Upper body, huh?
Yeah, and rehab every day. So I was writing. I was in bed most of the time, so I was writing stuff, what go through my head.
Do you really have to watch what you're eating when you can't work? Because I can imagine you could probably put on weight really easily.
No, not me. I'm lucky. I don't have diet. My sister,
okay.
my family is like that. My sister, they never even done a push up in their life, and they fit. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Genetics.
Bobby's like that.
When you hurt your ACL, did you scream anything like I broke my knee, dude, or anything? Did you scream at all?
Yeah, I broke my ACL. It hurt, but it didn't feel. It was an ACL. Like, it was weird. It was an hyperextension. Like, it was the way it was. The doctor explained to me that it happened very rarely. But I broke it, but it happened very rarely the way I did it.
So was it worse the way you had it, or better than most that injury could have been?
No. It could have get worse. I was lucky in my bad luck, because then I went to see a doctor after, and they make the physical test manually in Canada.
Oh, wow.
And in U.S. is different. The health system is different. I think for athletes in U.S. they're more professional than in Canada, because in Canada you don't pay, but everybody has the same treatment. So they go fast, you know.
Oh,
they go
man,
they check physically. Oh no, you don't. I don't think it's your ACL. Your knee is fine. But they physically, when you do that, the physical test for an athlete, the muscle can hold the knee in place. That's what they told me in U.S. So they say they should have took the picture. So they didn't.
They'll just jiggle your leg and go, bah, you're fine, walk it off.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit.
No, but I mean, and it's not like that everywhere, but I didn't know any better at the time.
Right.
It didn't have the symptom of an ACL. It didn't have any swelling. I said, my knee felt weird. I didn't know if it was my knee or the bottom of my hamstring. So they do the physical test, and they say, it's probably your hamstring. So I went to train, but what could happen, because I didn't have ACL, I could have, while I was training, I didn't have any ACL. I was sparring, I flew in sparring with Victor Belfort and all those big guys. I was sparring hard. I could have hurt myself, because I didn't have ACL. I could have torn my MCL and PCL and all meniscus. This would have been bad for me. So I've been lucky in my bad luck.
And your training is, I mean, you train all over the place. You don't just stay in one spot. You train in New York. You train up in Montreal. You go out to
everywhere I go. I have to go a lot. I have a lot of places that I go for business. You know, so I was in LA like for business stuff, like earlier this for 2 weeks, and I have place to train in Los Angeles. I have Freddie Roach, and New York I go at Renzo Gracie, Phil Nurse. And everywhere I go in France, I have place, you know. In Brazil, I have place. So depending where I am, I have place. But normally, I'm in Montreal, Canada.
Right. You said something too in the book, which I thought was interesting, and I'm reading because I kind of wrote it down as a quote. You said there's no such thing as a normal relationship in my life, and there's no such thing as a normal friendship in my life. Why is that?
Because I'm 100% dedicated on what I do. What I mean normal relationship, let's say you talk about a woman, because my life right now, I don't put my relationship first. You know, like a normal guy has a normal job, will put his relationship first and family first and the work too.
Right.
I can't do that. My job doesn't allow me to do that. Some guys do it, but I believe for me right now, I want to be the best at this. I need to focus 100%. So my job will come first. So for a woman, it's very hard to come first again. You know, a lot of guys, they don't accept that. So I say it's not normal. It's not a normal relationship, because I always have to travel, do my thing, put what I have to reach my goal
very
first.
Honest.
I'm going to call
honest.
No, it is honest.
And it's also, though, I could imagine girls would probably be like, no, it's okay. I'd be fine with taking second for that, because I understand you're very dedicated to. And then as time goes on, so, where do you got to go this weekend?
Yeah, but
man,
I'm gonna call my pregnant wife right now and tell her to beat it.
It's hard to understand. I know a lot of people are put in the same situation, but it's hard to understand.
Yeah.
But girls think they can handle it, and they start getting frustrated. Do you want to bring a woman with you when you're on the road? Do you want her to be there with you, or do you? Cause there's a story about Chuck Liddell, like a girlfriend fighting with him right before he had to go down and fight. It's like,
oh my god.
Yeah, like
oh my god.
It was like she threw an ashtray at him or something. It was like fight night. And
now I'm gonna ask you a question, guys, and it's the same analogy. Back in the day when, like, the gladiator, the Spartan used to go in the battlefield, did they bring their wife with them?
I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
No, that's me when I'm going in for the week of the fight.
They brought our head.
When I go to the week of the fight, even if I would be married with kids, I would go only with my army, my coaches, because I'm in the mindset that I'm not there to have to be tender, to be not,
you don't have to
I'm going to have a job to do. Then after the fight, I can go back to this. But like the week of the fight, it's important for me focus on what I need to do. Sure. My life, my well-being is on the line.
You can always tell a guy who's going to lose when you see the pre-fight and he's training and his kids are running around the gym and he's picking them, and the other guy's just, picking up tires.
But what the woman, what the girl, what the wife need to understand, if you're married with kids, like you say, it's your well-being is on the line and the well-being of the family, because if you win, that's my paycheck. That's so I need that to provide. So you know what I mean. It's hard to find. It would be
common
hard
sense, though.
Yeah, it would be hard to find a girl. And it's hard to find a girl that would understand that. And it's, you know what I mean.
What is the myth too about fighters and sex before fights? 'Cause we've heard different fighters say different things. Some say not at all for a week or a month before because it kills your energy, or is that bullshit?
That is bullshit, I believe.
It is.
They have made study. They say actually, I believe is that having more sex is good for testosterone.
Oh, okay.
Ronda Rousey actually said that.
I believe it's true. Yeah, I believe she's right. I believe, I wouldn't do it the day of the fight because you feel like
It doesn't. I was going to it takes away your killer instinct too. I never want to. It's a great point. I just want to do nothing after I have sex or after
exactly. You feel lazy as hell, and then I understand.
You pay the person, they leave.
But I believe if you have a lot of sex, your body need a lot, so you have more testosterone. I believe it could help in a way, but not right before the fight.
Not right before. Hell no.
Hell no.
And your mother used to play records for you with subliminal messages. I was also interested to read that.
Yeah, when I was young, like the ocean, because I have big problems sleeping since I'm young. And even now, sometimes I do insomnia because I think a lot in my head. I'm a big thinker. And sometimes I get too deep into my thought and I have a hard time focusing on sleeping.
Yes.
So the waves and the birds, because I had problem going up at school and it was good for the confidence, and
you're relating your alcoholism to his brain.
Like
Stop drinking and go to bed, Anthony.
No, wait a minute. My bed's spinning. Wait a minute.
But I don't sleep either. I'm a terrible sleeper. So I have the same thing. I can't fall asleep or I have sleep apnea. It sucks. So I always wonder, what do fighters do? Because I have to get up and do this. Yeah. But to have to get up and train physically or do anything physical is
or sleep before the day of the fight, it's got to be nerve-wracking.
Well, he takes a nap after he trains. You actually learned how to do it.
I couldn't sleep. Earlier in my career, I couldn't sleep the day.
You were in your head a lot there.
It was unbelievable because you always make scenario, and if you do that, and I'm gonna do this, and sometimes you see yourself win, and sometimes you see yourself lose. My last couple of fights is always the same. But the difference between now and before is before I was so nervous and I thought it was not normal. I was thinking shit, I'm not sleeping, but my opponent is probably sleeping like a baby. He has an advantage on me. But nowadays, I know how I am, and I know it's normal, so I know how to deal with it a little bit better. Yeah, I'm still nervous, but I know how to deal.
When you fought Matt Sarah, that's the one thing they say that you were in your head. You kept saying that I'm in my head all the time, and then when you went back and beat him and got your belt back.
I fought Matt Sarah twice, but I would say the fight that I sleep the less, it was my first fight with Matthews. Yeah. Right. I did not sleep almost a week, and sometimes I was, even when I was sleeping, I thought I was awake.
Whoa, man.
So it
was a crazy feeling. I was dead. I remember after that fight, when all the stress went down, I lost that fight. I slept like a baby for more than 12 hours.
But you start to, as when you need to sleep, you start to panic as time gets on. I'm not going to be able to sleep. I'm not going to be able to sleep. And then that keeps you awake. It becomes this fucking self-fulfilling
And then don't forget,
thing.
You have the weight cut. You're losing weight for the weight cut. You have sometimes you lose 15 pounds, 20 pounds, and plus all that additionate, plus the stress of the fight is crazy.
It's like everything that leads up to the fight takes away from what you need to fight. It's it just takes away all the stress, the cutting the weight, the lack of sleep.
That's why you need to fuck somebody. Just relax everything. And lose some weight too, by the way, a couple ounces.
Do you have and I have to ask you because they didn't want to bring you and Ronda in together. Are you and Ronda okay, or do you not like her camp, or is there an issue there?
I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I'm not in bad term with nobody I have nobody that I'm in bad term.
You and Nick Diaz friends again?
I have a friend like that's the thing with Nick Diaz. I'm fine with Nick Diaz, but I don't know if he's fine with me. You know what I mean? Like for me, I don't, it's not personal. It's a fight. Now it's over. I'm happy, and I don't mind. I mean, I'm good with everybody. If you ask him that question, maybe I have a different answer. I don't know. Who maybe yeah, maybe not. But
some guys need to psych themselves up, I think, to fight someone and hate them. Do you need to do that, or you can like somebody and fight them anyway?
No,
that's even scarier.
I would not like fighting a friend, but I wouldn't. I mean, I don't like to hate the guy. I fought a lot of guys that were a nice guy, but most of them they try to, to be arrogant and.
Isn't it like an old school way of fighting? Is that hatred and that it's like now that
you know why it's like that, because the promoter, the people that promote the fight, they like to create a story.
Sure.
The real story is we don't hate each other. We just want to be the best at what we do because it's a fight. It's a full contact sport. They feel like they need to create that animosity, and it's true that build up, like make a story, it leads more people to look at it. Because people identify themselves to this. If they only talk about fighting or they're fighting for the title to see who's the best, people they can identify themselves because they don't do the same job as us. But if they talk about two guys that hate each other, then now they will identify themselves to this and tune up.
I gotta be honest with you. When I'm watching a fight and I see in between rounds, like the bell ring, they're ready to go to the corners, and they kind of tap each other's gloves out of respect, like, hey, that was a good round. I kind of get like, shit. Like they're kind of respecting each other.
I like that, though.
I'd rather they keep fighting after the bell. They got to be broken up. They're clawing at each other, and then they go to the corners because they just.
I like when they beat the.
I don't do that. Me. No. I mean, if the guy, let's put it this way, if the guy tamped his glove, I'm gonna give it the glove. But if he doesn't, I'm not gonna do it. Because like you see, Carlos Condit and I were in very good term, but we never once touch a glove.
See, I would keep my glove out the whole time.
I'm not a hypocrite guy. I come here to knock you out or to submit you.
Yes.
I'm not. I try to be nice. I shake your hand after.
After, right,
yes,
right. Not here during the
but
fight.
I understand what it like me. I don't like that. I did it a couple of times because a guy give it to me.
You don't want to be rude. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and sometimes it's a reflex. They don't think about it. It's like a sparring reflex, but I don't.
I love when a couple guys in a round are beating the shit out, like really beating the shit out of each other, and then they'll tap it like that was good. That was pretty
after
badass.
the fight. When the fight's over and they kind of give a hug or, that was good. But during the fight, I like thinking that they don't like each other for some reason. I like that illusion that they are fighting for more than just, the sport. That maybe there is, this guy's a fucking asshole, and I want to punch him in the face.
It makes more emotion.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you, now you're going to have to go up, or you're going to have to either go up and fight Silva or fight Hendricks? I know you don't know what you're going to do yet, but what do you want to do?
That's one thing. Okay, if I go up, I'm not gonna go back down. Some guy go up, down, up. They play with the weight. I don't know how they do it. I mean, I have an idea, but I don't do that. I don't know how they do that. Go up and down. If I go up, it's gonna take a certain amount of time because I cannot go up gain that much weight.
I can
easy.
I could be.
But Silva is like 230 pounds walk around.
Yeah.
I'm 190 pounds. It's a big weight difference.
That's heavitweight. 230 pounds.
Yeah,
heavyweight.
but he cut down. I don't know how they do that. But like the thing is, me, if I go up, will take a certain amount of time, and the other guy will have to go down. So I want to make sure I do everything I have to do in my division before I go up.
Right.
But and don't forget, I have Silva has a big fight now. He's fighting Chris Weidman. I know Chris Weidman, and it pissed me off. People look past Chris Weidman.
He's a badass.
He's amazing. He's the best guy Silva ever fought. I'm telling you right now, and I believe Chris Weidman will win.
He knocked a guy. His last fight knocked a guy with an elbow, but it looked like a punch. Like he threw the elbow like a punch.
Jones.
Knocked him the fuck out. He's a badass.
They're telling us we have to wrap with GSP. It's not we want to, but they're telling us we have to.
He's a busy man.
Yeah, his other press. So the promotion is for the book. It's called The Way of the Fight. What I've read of it, I loved. It was really, really interesting. And it wasn't cheesy inspirational. It was actually really, you put some great stuff about mediocrity and about people achieving greatness. And it was, how people will settle on mediocrity. And it was really a very interesting point.
It's not a biography. It's not a book also for MMA hardcore fan. The MMA hardcore fan will be disappointed if they buy that book and they think it's about that. It's about it's a lot of philosophy, it's basically the tactic and it's the way the thing is I use in my life. where I start to reach where I am right now, and I think it's someone everyone can apply this for their own life, you know, like business or whoever, you know, they can use that to their own ways, you know.
And you can, if you want to get a copy of the book and meet George, you can at Bookends tonight in East Ridgewood, New Jersey. I've been there. It's a great place because it's all inside, so you're not going to be standing outside in the wind like an asshole. It's 8 o'clock
Like
tonight. Yeah, 'cause there's nothing worse than standing in the wind with a book. But or you could go to the book review tomorrow in Huntington, over in Long Island. If you don't want to come out tonight, that's at 7 o'clock. And George St. Pierre, but there is an S after George, so don't forget that on Twitter, so you're not following the wrong account.
Exactly.
And I guess we have to wrap up the show. Does Anthony have to do a read or?
Yeah, of course. But thanks for coming in.
I always get
great stories. Yeah.
I don't know if I should take a punch or not. I always get the fighters to do one thing to me before
Do
they
something.
leave.
Yeah.
Rhonda put me in an armbar.
Can I do an eye gouge? No, I'm kidding. kick to the balls.
I would love to see
Something
that.
illegal. Something illegal.
But no, I don't like you to go full out. Just like light, you know, not too crazy. But I
Just
want to
bite him.
How funny would it be if he did gouge my eye and kick me in the balls? It wouldn't be funny at all. I guess I'll take a. Would you? What do you want to do?
I do the 1-inch punch.
The Bruce Lee punch.
1-inch punch.
To the arm?
Hang on, ready? One.
Can you do that?
1, 2, 3.
Hey!
Oh, you just tapped me lightly.
I don't want you to sue me.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
I mean, I know in U.S., especially in New York, you know, there's a lot of
he's
sue.
like, I don't want to get sued.
I know.
This damn
I'm
country and their
I know in
lawyers.
New York, you know,
Exactly.
people sued each other.
It's a smart
like,
man.
Well, we got video of that, so I already got what I need for the big
God.
lawsuit.
I
That was agonizing.
Big lawsuit.
Yeah,
A
fuck.
big lawsuit.
Yeah, you made me feel like a woman. Now I'm going to sue.
Yeah.
George St. Pierre, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you
Thanks,
very much.
man.
Thank you.